Hey, Kira's here again. I've got nothing else, so I might as well just go with guy smacking a dame is great. I mean, that's just the wrong way to come at this video, but I was watching that video by John Paul Dorn, Women Smacking Men is Great, and I watched the clip, and at first I watched that, and I had been watching Misfits. It's something on Hulu. It's a British show. It's like Skins, except they got superpowers because it's Cloud. And I was in kind of that mindset. I'm like, oh, she kicks ass. She's pretty hot, and it was like just a basic reaction. And then it's like I watched it again, that video, and I'm like, oh, well, he didn't smack her back, either he's too messed up or he's being cool about it, or he's just chilling, but he's holding back. And I started thinking, is that shit staged? Or is that real? The way she grabs that bottle at the end and storms out. I'm like, nah, that's like a script or something. Is that even in America? What's that got to do with anything? Well, who knows? It's just different ideas, different views, like that show. And I'm like, well, but then I watch it a third time. And yeah, I've been watching it a lot of times. And, well, actually I only watched it 3. And it was like, I'm looking at that and I'm going, well, wait a minute. What if this guy was trying to be faithful to another girl? What if he's really jacked up and stuff? Drinking too much? And then I was thinking about that and I go, wait a minute, that dude is kind of small compared to her. What the hell's so freaking cool about this bitch because she's hot? And why is it hot? And then all the arguments John Paul Dorn put together, that's like the radical feminist argument, about things instead of like the sex femme positive arguments. Which I don't know what would be exactly for freaking assault, I mean, obviously, it's still going to be a feminist point of view that you don't hit a woman. But, I don't know. Personally, I just took out a page out of a 1930s book and smacked her once. Or at least pushed her away, but he was kind of jacked up. So I really don't know the answer, to be honest. I know I probably might have smacked her. But see, I'm the kind of person, to be honest, that I'm kind of minded where I never pick a fight. And I never really see a reason to lay my hands on somebody else if I'm not being threatened or something really offensive isn't happening to me. Now, if something is, hey, forget it. Especially if someone's laying hands on me. I never liked women hitting me. I don't know. I just, it's like, a couple times maybe, but 3 or 4 and it's like, get the hell off me. I guess that's ungentlemanly. I just don't know. Really, to be honest. And it's like, I've seen other things. I was watching an anime recently, yeah, that's how deep I am in the subject, but, I was watching some anime and the girl's smacking the hell out of the guy and the guy's just standing there. Seen Clint Eastwood movies like that. And I guess that's what you're supposed to do in real life, is just be a man, and it's like, I don't know. I've seen other movies where, you friggin' be a man is friggin' smack the crazy break dame up to friggin' getting out of line. So, there's a lot of friggin' things about being a man. Yeah, and I watch too many old movies. I mean, where's the equality of of following a patriarchal view? I seen someone else arguing about it's the man that takes all the chances and stuff, like when they stay on the Titanic and put the women and children out first. Well, if you think about that, that's kind of the patriarchy. If there is, I don't really believe in a patriarchy. I think it's more complex and differentiated, and that's just kind of a fallacy, of social contention. But let's call it the patriarchy for right now, just to keep it simple. And if you got women and children on a boat, I think that's a man taking his privilege and saving the women and children. I forgot how I worked it out in my head, but basically, it's not just the privilege of certain select men, it's the privilege, supposedly, if we believe in the patriarchy, of all men. So you save the women and children because you save your offspring, and you take the noble route because that's what all men do. We're all real men. You see? That's a sacrifice, even if it seems a paradoxical one, of the patriarchy, Anyway, I don't know. You see, I delve in these subjects too deeply, and I do it on both sides of the civil rights debate, and it's like, and alternate cultures too, not just American. You're supposed to think outside the friggin' cultural consensus of American thought. Well, yeah, maybe I do, and then, that's not always in a progressive way. So that's like, oh, well, that's not the point. And it's like, well, really, why? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see. Oh, the needle's always pointing friggin' west, huh? Oh, okay, Uh, or east or something. I don't know. Anyway, that means, you're always friggin' leaning left. Anyway. Yeah. Basically, that's it. I don't know. I think the guy had a right to friggin' protect himself and push her off. But yeah, I have to agree with John Paul Dorn on one thing. Watching that, I admit, I thought it was hot, too. It's like friggin', oh yeah, chick power, and I don't know how misogynist that is. I mean, light and dark, yin and yang. I really, go figure. I don't know. I'm just being honest. So, I don't know what else to say about that. I think it was kind of staged. But, I don't know. It looked a little... At the end, where she reached down and grabbed that bottle, and marched out like, yeah, and gave him a swift kick, at the end. I'm like, is that kayfabe? Which is like a professional wrestling term for pretend in the ring, the storyline. That looked a little storyline to me. Didn't it to you? Really? I don't know. Suspicious minds are frigging dubious. Alright, bye.